या देवी सर्वभूतेषु शक्तिरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। या देवी सर्वभूतेषु मीरारूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। पूज्य माँ भगवती, पूज्य Sri Arvind, you all are the chosen children of our Divine Mother. The scenario is to be changed, milieu is to be changed, environment is to be changed, and individual is to be changed. That is transformation. And total transformation means visibility also has to be changed and invisibility has also to be changed. So new consciousness means the new consciousness of the Supreme, and this new consciousness that is to be so expressed that the entire mode of manifestation of the Divine on this earth has also to be changed. That is another world. Every time Mother used to define the world, other world in a different perspectives. So world Mother as such sometimes enters into practical our world, that is the world of mortality. And many a times she enters deliberately with determinism, with her inner consciousness, awareness of her inner consciousness into other world. So now Mother makes it very clear. Satprem, did you understand in toto the real meaning of the other world? Other world is not the world as we mean Parlok. We mean Parlok, we mean heaven, we mean paradise. It is not other world. It is other world that is yet to be born from this world, this material world, this physical world, this world of mortality. From this world that other world will be born. Similarly, my new body, my another body, my immortal body also will be born from my body itself. And it will be manifested. This body will be so transfigured. In the morning we think of transfiguration. That is what Mother distinguishes between transfiguration and transformation. Transfiguration is a preface to the substantial world of transformation. Apparently both the words seem to be similar, synonyms, but really they are not synonyms. Transfiguration is more or less apparent reality, but superior apparent reality to this apparent scientific relativity. Unless we apply science to convince our logic, unless we apply science to realize the spirituality in toto through the mode of science, through the channel of science, through the channel of new physics, we cannot understand the true physicality, genuine physicality, and we cannot understand true psychology, true ascent of mind. It is not the physicality that is to be ascended. Physicality is to be transfigured and mental consciousness is to be ascended. And mental consciousness is to be ascended as higher mind, illumined mind, intuitive mind and overmind. But the process is as such. At physical level, one process is going on. At vital level, another process is going on. At mental level, third process is going on. But all the process have got one and one target, and that is the target of total transformation of my physical reality. My physical reality includes Satprem, vital reality, mental reality and concrete physical reality, and concrete physical reality that is death bound. So if this death bound physical reality is not transformed, death cannot be transformed. Death cannot be volunteer. Death is a must. This was the day when Satyavan must die. So that must, if it is to be removed, it is to be removed to find out the master key and totally potential master key within the body, and that master key is this: to create new pattern of cells, to open up all the cells, to awaken them in such a way that they can bring out the real mind of the cells which is lying there in it. And that mind has to captivate this corporeal mind. That mind of the cell has to be so widened that it can captivate our physical mind. This is physical mind, and the mind of the cell is also physical mind, but levels are different. Levels are different. Physical mind of the cell is pure, is perfect, is accurate, is divine, is visible and invisible too. So it is supreme. It is the mind of light. That is why it is supreme. This is not mind of light. Our corporeal mind is not mind of light. It is a mental being. It is a limited layer of consciousness activated by our psychic since so many births. Now, that physical mind, genuine physical mind of the body from cell is to be so awakened that it can start captivating our corporeal mind to change our physicality, which is mortality bound physicality. Matter of the body has to be changed through mind. Light of the body has to be awakened through mind. And supremacy of cell is to be so made activated in our body that our mind, psychic and cells, three are so integrated that it becomes divinity, invisibility becomes visibility, and mortality becomes immortality. Another world, but not far. It is in our body. Satprem, another world is in our body, is not outside. It was a world almost as substantial as the physical world. It is the world as substantial as physical world. As physical world this. Our body, we can touch, we can smell, we can see. All five senses can be applied to our body for perception. Only psychic is not up till now applied to our body as master perception. Now that is to be applied. We can apply our eyes, we can apply our ears, we can apply our nose, we can apply our skin, we can apply whatever belongs to our physical being to our body in order to sense it, in order to understand it, in order to feel it rather. And if it is paralyzed, the paralysis is a disease, because paralysis is a disorder, and paralysis is a disorder means the cells of that particular part of the body are dead. Though they are living, they are receiving blood, they are getting everything from blood, still they won't function. And when entire body becomes the victim of this disorder, it is death. It is death. But if they are activated in disorder, it becomes a rogue, it becomes disease, it becomes disorder. But if it is put into order, it starts functioning well, coordinating physicality, vitality and mentality together under the patronization of psychic and activated by the supramental that is outside. Then our two-way traffic automatically starts. Another world is being born outside also, and another world is being born within also. And the birth of another world within is our new body. So next topic will be of new body, how my new body is being prepared. So this is the way to prepare to create new body, and I am the world mother of this new creation of new body individually and new world outside. That is the kingdom of God. That is the kingdom of God. World almost as substantial as the physical world. There were rooms, see. It's not imagination, it's not fantasy, it's not hallucination. As here in this physical world, which physical world? That is the room of Sri Aurobindo in Pondicherry. My room Satprem in Pondicherry, where you are also sitting, that is physical world. But which type of physical world? As we possess our mind, corporeal mind, we possess this physicality of our material world. There were rooms, Sri Aurobindo's room with the bed where he rests. There is, in that another world, the supramental world, there is also Sri Aurobindo's room, there is Sri Aurobindo's bed. So we will not be there as we were in our previous births. We will be there if we are transformed, if we are really transfigured, we will be there too. Without this matter, without this hard and stern matter, our subtle body will be so enlightened with the light of the mind and with the physicality, original physicality, genuine physicality of our mind of cells. Our new body will be prepared with new matter, and that new matter will be given to the world also, our physical world also. So universal world also will be so changed that in subtle world, in supramental world, everything will be kept intact, and we also will, with our all subtle bodies, transformed bodies will be there as we are. So the sadhana that has been undergone by us in this birth is a permanent feature. And permanent feature, it means the permanence of consciousness is given to the permanence of manifestation. Our consciousness is permanent. Mamai vaunso jiva loke jiva bhuto sanatana. Panchama bhut is dominated by jiva bhut. Consciousness is also substantial element, substantial matter, but it is pure, perfect, visible and invisible and absolute. That will be the new cells which are being transformed at present in my body. That is what I am feeling. Bed where he rests, and he lived there, and Sri Aurobindo lived there. After Sri Aurobindo's passing away from here, from this corporeal world, Sri Aurobindo is living there still with the same body, with the same consciousness, with the same figure, with the same what we call diagram, with the same picture. As we see the photographs of Sri Aurobindo and we can recollect Sri Aurobindo, we will talk to that room. I talked to Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo is transmitting guidance to me at this stage, and from that room, the same room, bed is same, room is same, everything is same. And he lived there. He was there all the time. He was there in his room of the another world as it is for all the time. That was his home. That was his home. Mother says, there was even my room with a big mirror. See, this is absolutely extraordinarily de novo experiment ever committed by any of the scholars, scientists, saint, vibhuti and avatar up till now. Up till now. Big mirror like the one I have here. My mirror is also there. Impurity is removed. Temporary feature is also removed. And everything that is the mode of consciousness, everything that is the form of consciousness, everything that is the format of divinity, it is there. That is new world. Combs and all sorts of things, and those objects were of a substance almost as dense as in the physical world. All substance which are here, this location is so transformed that purity, divinity and permanence have been given to it, and I can see it and I can talk to Sri Aurobindo, who is residing there in the same room at present too. And those objects were of a substance almost as dense as in the physical world, but they had their own light. See, they had their own light. This is the light. That is the pure form of consciousness. And it is the pure form of consciousness that can remove deformities, that can remove impurities, that can remove disease, that can remove internal, invisible disorders of ourselves with our dead habits, with our wrong habits, guided, governed, and motivated by our stupid mind. This is the yoga. Almost as dense as in the physical world, but they had their own light. They weren't translucent. They were not translucent. It is the stuff of the light, rather it is the matter of the light. Though it is consciousness, it becomes matter. Though it is invisible, it becomes visible. That is what Lord Krishna did in terms of Mirabai and Narsi Mehta. Sri Krishna was there, of the same form, of the same Shyam Sundar beauty, of the same Shyam Sundar luster, of the same Shyam Sundar charisma, as he was there before 5,000 years back in Vrindavan. The same Krishna presented before Mirabai and Narsi Mehta. It is not transient, it is concrete reality. That matter will be the matter of the new world. That matter will be the soil of the new world. That matter will be the same form of the new world. This is for just illustration. I have quoted here Satprem for you and through you for the entire humanity. That whatever is here, everything has been so transformed, everything has been so changed along with the descent of supramental on the earth. Supramental descent is not imagination. Supramental descent is much more concrete and far more scientific reality. physical world, but they had their own light. They weren't translucent or transparent or radiant, but luminous in themselves. Translucid, transparent, translucent, or radiant. Within half an hour, it is not time available for us that we can differentiate the different shades of these words. Translucent is not transparent, transparent is not translucid, and transparent, translucid, and radiant are all different shades of the meaning, but consciousness includes all shades in it, and just like a diamond, it offers, it presents, it projects all 7 colors of the same light. Light is one. Light is white light. White light is the light of the diamond, and white light itself is the existence of diamond. But still it can get itself projected in all different 7 colors. That is what our day-to-day experience. But it is light. So this light is the divine light. This light is Varam Rupam Jyoti. This light is light of Satchidanand. This light is the light of invincibility. This light is the light of total, true, genuine, supra-scientific reality. That is life divine. So matter is also light. Spirit is also light. Creator of matter and creator of spirit is also light. And force, power, to rectify, to put everything in order, to make the body healthy, hygienic, beautiful, and immortal is light and light and light, nothing else. That is supramental light. That is supramental light. They weren't but luminous in themselves. The objects, the substance of the rooms did not have the opacity of physical objects. They didn't feel hard. They are not hard. If you touch that light, if you touch that substance of light, is not hard. Is very plastic. Is very soft. Is very smooth. Is very touchable. Is very touchable. I don't find still much more appropriate word for this light and its apparent nature. What would be its nature apparently? Substance of the room. The substance of the rooms did not have the opacity of physical objects. They didn't feel hard and dry as in the physical world. They didn't feel hard, and iron is hard. Wood is still softer than iron. Gold is pure. Gold is luminous. Gold is costly. Gold is divine. Gold is greater in value. Similarly, this matter of another world is far, far, far greater than the matter of our world. We cannot imagine of it. But Satprem writes, but under the microscope, matter is not opaque at all, nor hard and dry, Mother says. And when I woke up, I didn't have the usual sensation of coming back from afar and having to go back into my body. But when I come back in my body, visiting this another world I am talking of, but I don't feel myself changed. As if usually I am visiting different places, usually I am visiting different layers of consciousness. One layer of consciousness is one world. This layer of consciousness is material world, and the world I have visited, another world, is the world of the supreme, greatest layer of consciousness, and that is light. That is light. And when I woke up, I didn't have the usual sensation of coming back from afar and of having to go back into my body. No, it's as if I had been in the other world and simply took one step backwards and I found myself back here. I can take one step further. This is real ascent. I am world mother. I can take one step further and I can enter into this one world. This is heaven. This is paradise. This is my another world. And if I take one step back, then I am once again in my this world of mortality. This is extinction verge in Savitri. This is extinction verge. Only Savitri can cross it over. This Savitri can cross it over. And that is why the assignment was left out to Savitri. Sri Aurobindo did not cross it. It is given to the Yog Maya, Mahashakti, Maheshwari, Mahalakshmi, Mahakali and Mahasaraswati to cross it over. And she crossed. No, it's as if I had been in that other world and simply took one step backwards and I found myself back here. It took me a good half hour to realize. It took me a half hour to realize my this achievement. I achieved it. I reached that particular layer, particular stage of consciousness that was my experience a half an hour back. It took me a good half hour to realize that this world existed as much as the other one. This world existed so concretely as all other worlds. So entire Brahmand, entire cosmos was to be transformed this way with this supramental. So you can imagine, accepting divine, none can dare to have it. Accepting divine, none can challenge to get it. Accepting divine, none can imagine of creating it. Existed as much as the other one, and that I was no longer on the other side, but here in the world of falsehood. I realized it here in the world of falsehood, sleeping and lying down on my bed before you. See the reality of the achievement. See the magnitude of this experiment. And see the huge divine experiment. Entire existence has been changed by one man's perfection still can save the world. Falsehood. I had forgotten everything. But when I move in this world, new world, my new room, my room was also there. That is what I felt, I experienced. And when I see that new world, I forget all these things, mortal things of this mortal reality. So the entire reality has been changed, has been so divinized. And that is what Mother's experience, she expresses. I had forgotten everything, people, things. When I had to do, everything was gone as if it had no reality. Everything of this world has gone, including my body, has no reality. It is non-entity. It is non-entity. Everything was gone as if it had no reality. You see, it's as if that world of truth had to be created from scratch. It is already, it's there. Like a lining of our own, everything is there, everything is there. Everything of this world is there, only the substance has been changed. The substance and the materialized stuff has been changed. This is the stuff of impurity, hardness, mortality, perishable matter. Now this will be the matter, permanent one. It is permanent consciousness. It is imperishable, but it is indescribable. I cannot describe it. Then Mother adds this, which gives an idea of the proportion. I stayed there 2 whole days. I stayed there. It's not my imagination, nor my dream, nor even my vision. It is my concrete, physically wonderful. It is concrete and wonderfully true. That is what written in Savitri. This is concrete. I stayed there 2 whole days, 2 days of absolute bliss, and Sri Aurobindo was constantly with me. See, to what extent it is concrete, to what extent it is realistic, and to what extent it is scientific. With me, the whole time, when I walked, he walked with me. When I sat, he sat next to me. By the end of the second day, however, I realized that I couldn't stay there because the work was not progressing. Still work is yet to be done, so I could not stay there. See, what a lucid, splendid, utmost clarity, utmost logical, psychological, spiritual and scientific clarity Mother declared before Satprem. And Satprem was the only man of the existence who was eyewitness to this. Was eyewitness to this. The work must be done in the body. Work must be done in this body. I will not leave my body. I will not give up my body till the work is done. I have seen, I have experienced, I have lived that world. But still I will enter into this body once again, a step back, and I am in this body. But till work is accomplished totally, I will not give up my body. Must be done in the body. The realization must be achieved here in this physical world. Otherwise, it is not complete. So I withdrew and started to work again. And now I started to work again. Satprem writes, thus Mother had waited 9 years after Sri Aurobindo left to find his trail. And why 9 years? Satprem didn't understand. Why Divine Mother took 9 years after the Samadhi of Sri Aurobindo? Because during those 9 years she went through the layers and finally reached the consciousness of the body. It is the body, the consciousness of the body which saw Sri Aurobindo's home, which no higher yogic or occult eyes had seen. Up till now, no occult eyes has seen the true real consciousness that has become the matter. The true real consciousness, Jeev Bhoot, became Panchmahabhut. Jeev Bhoot became Panchmahabhut, and that is why Jeev Bhoot can reside in this form of Panchmahabhut. If there is no wavelength whatsoever, they both cannot coexist. Till that wavelength is not disturbed, that the order is not disturbed, there is no possibility of disease, suffering or death. She went through the layers of the finally reached the consciousness of the body. It is the body, the consciousness of the body which saw Sri Aurobindo's home which no higher yogic or occult eyes had seen. The eyes of the body have access to the other world. I can see the other world because it is the eye of my body, genuine eye of my body, the true eye of my body, the Trinetra of Lord Shiva. When I reach the layer of Lord Shiva, consciously my body also opens this third eye and can see the real reality of this universe, cosmos, and even my individual body too. The eyes of the body have access to the other world. For the eyes of the body, death does not exist. For the eyes of the body, death does not exist. So there is no death in the creation of the divine. It is our disorder. It is our dead habit. It is our wrong turn that was given to our mind. Mind which was given to us was not engaged, was not employed as it ought to have been because of our ignorance, because of our darkness, because of our attachment, because of our wrong calculation, and because of our physical distortion and deformations. World for the eyes of the body, death does not exist. It is something else. As the web grew thinner over the years and the body as it is emerged from its successive impediments, intellectual, emotional and sensory, from everything evolutionary, habit has covered it with, that is from the net. The other world was right here. The other world was right in our body. That new layer is to be opened up with this master key, with this new code. Then we can have the real transfiguration of our body. That is from the net, the other world was right here, and the body strolled around in it as if in the Bois de Boulogne, said Mother French. Just like what the amphibian experienced when landing on the shores of this same sunny earth, but with another way of breathing. Another way of breathing. All functions of our materialized body's organs will have also to be changed, and they will be changed. That is what I had so much trouble understanding for a long time. Satprem writes, I have a lot of trouble in understanding this idea, even as hypothesis, though for Mother it is a thesis, for Mother it is a reality. For me it is still a hypothesis, but I fail to understand it completely. I would ask Mother if that other world was not afar, all like those spoken of by all the traditions, by the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Tibetans, of all of them, but it wasn't perhaps simply because all those sages and mediums had the wonderful habit of going off to heavenly heights or occult depths, while the secret was located in matter. They all have gone to the highest level, and that was considered to be moksha, salvation and whatnot. But they have never entered into this matter that was given to us for our psychic and mind coexist together. Mind is a Nar, Arjun. Psychic is Narayan. They both coexist. They both live together. When they both live together, why can Arjun create its own world? His own world, and why Narayan was not given scope to create his own world here on this earth. That is the master key I found out. If psychic is given, psychic is to replace our mind, then mind will be the pedestal and psychic will be the substance. Mind will be the pedestal and psychic will be the owner. Mind will be the horse and psychic will be the horse rider. That is Kalki. That is Kalki. Perhaps simply because all those sages and mediums had the wonderful habit of going off to heavenly heights or occult depths, while the secret was located in matter, the feet, secret was located in matter, the feet, and the supramental descended down on the earth has entered. That is what also my experience. It enters from my feet. It enters from my feet. And feet, that is the lowest part of our body, lowest location of the matter of our body, lowest portion of the mortal matter of our body, but immortality is there in each and every cell of my body, each and every cell of this materialized matter, worldly matter. But obviously no one had had the courage to descend there. No one had courage up till now to descend up to that level. That is the abyss, inconscient. And that inconscient is also conscient. Is inconscient is also consciousness. It is the supreme consciousness that has become the darkness. It is the supreme light that has become the darkness. It is the supreme knowledge that has become the ignorance. And it is the supreme reality that has become this limited reality of E is equal to mc square. And stir up the wild swamp of the physical mind. And wild swamp of the physical mind, that physical mind which is there in our shell, has not to be explored up till now anywhere in the world, at any time in the world, in any culture, civilization and scriptures up till now. That is what the experiment of the mother. Jai Mataji.